Hey, Miss Bolton.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for coming in.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm Johnny Kirkland, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your daughter, Hunter. So, I want to go ahead and get started and talk about the classroom and like the demographics within the classroom. Obviously, she's 13 years old, and she's now a 7th grader, but she was taking these tests when she was a 6th grader. She does still have the specific learning disability, and we're making accommodations to help her with her testing in regards to that. She does meet the free reduced lunch criteria. Is that still?
Yes.
Okay, good deal. And she is non-ELL, which means English was her first language, correct?
Correct.
Okay, good deal. So, classroom demographics, there are more males than females in this particular class. There's 11 males and 9 females, Hunter being one of them. This is a very diverse class. 8 are black, 6 are white, 9 are Hispanic, and 3 are multiple races. There are other students with disabilities, so Hunter's not alone. We also make accommodations for them too. So here are Hunter's test scores and the data we've received from FSA, the Florida Standard Assessment. So this is what we have. We have Hunter reading on a level 1. She got a score of 286 on her reading, and that's the lowest reading level in 6th grade. She also scored a 287 on math, which is also math level 1, which is also the lowest level for 6th grade math. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to bump her scores up, and I want to show you the directions that we're going to go with her. So this is another test that she's taken called the FAIR assessment, the Florida Assessment for Instruction in Reading. And according to this information, Hunter's probability for literary success is 31%. I want to try to bump that up by using the accommodations and some other teaching techniques that she may not have seen in the past that I think will really help her. Her word recognition is in the 5th percentile, which is low compared to the state average. The vocabulary percentile is 17th, and the reading comprehension, she's in the 3rd percentile. All these are really low, but I think she can do better. Do you have any questions on this so far?
Not right now.
Okay, let's keep moving. So there's the FSA cut scores. You can see here with Hunter's reading, she scored in level 1 in the 6th grade FSA. She was only a couple points away, about 20 points away from being level 2, but we want her to get to a level 3 this year, which is a 333. The state average is 325. So if we can get her close to that, it's progress. The math, again, she scored in level 1. This is how they cut off. So you can see here she was in 6th grade when she took the test with a 287, leveling her a level 1.
Okay.
So this year our goal is to make improvements. Here are the goals for Hunter. The FSA 7th grade reading test, we want her to be at a 333, which is passing. That's the lowest level 3. You have to have a level 3 to pass FSA in 8th grade, or in 7th grade. 8th grade it bumps up again, and the items could be a little bit more difficult, but our goal is to get her there using these different teaching techniques I'm going to go over with you.
Okay.
The FSA math, I want to get her to a 330, which is the lowest passing score for the FSA for math. And the FAIR assessment, I want to have her take this a couple more times, and we'll talk about that here in a moment. But I want her word recognition to go up, her vocabulary knowledge to go up, and her reading comprehension to go up as well. And these are the ways we're going to do this. So we're going to use some instructional interventions. The classroom goals we have for her is to improve her reading comprehension. If we improve her comprehension, I think her vocabulary will go up, I think her word recognition will go up, and here's some things I want to kind of implement. I'm going to have her make some predictions before reading a passage, And that's just to better understand it. If she can make a prediction just from context clues of what's going to happen later, I think she'll start to engage with the text more. I'm going to ask her a question while she reads, focusing on the new vocabulary. If I can get her to understand the vocabulary that she's reading, because sometimes they just read. They don't comprehend everything they're gathering. Maybe reading out loud to take it a little slower would be a good idea as well. Marking the text activities, and that's just to get to know the features of the text, whether it be punctuation, whether it be exclamation, any kind of pauses or breaks or new paragraphs within the text. I want her to get to know that a little bit better. With math, I want to use graphic organizers like the KWL chart here. And this is just to show her it's a self-evaluation of what she knows, what she wants to know, and after the lesson, what she's learned. I'm also going to give her word banks for new math vocabulary. It can be very challenging at times with the jargon used in a lot of math, but it's building blocks. If you don't have that solid foundation, it's hard to grow. So I also want to relate problems back to real life scenarios. So the word problems I give her, tell her not to be afraid. Like with the homework and everything, these are going to come in handy later in life.
Okay.
All right. So some testing accommodations that we've had in place for Hunter for a while now, but I want to ensure that they're all being taken care of every time she takes a test. This is extended time in classroom tests and on standardized tests like the FSA, any kind of county benchmarks, anything like that. Alternative testing locations, if she feels like she needs to be away from the class or in a different room or something where she's more comfortable, we can make that happen. If she needs the use of a computer to finish a test, maybe like a Scantron test, we can have that happen too. Oral exams or presentations are phenomenal ways to show that she's learned the lesson and what she's been taught. It's awesome because she can regurgitate it through her own words rather than picking a multiple choice answer that she might not understand the vocabulary still. Oral examinations are fantastic. Practice questions before the test, kind of get her warmed up. They don't always have to be on the same level. If you've ever taken a test, trying to get like a certification, they ask you little questions to get warmed up before you actually take the test and get to know the platform, I guess you would say. So formative and summative assessments is the next thing I kind of want to run through with you. Formative assessments are more like practice, so don't think of assessment in the formative term as like some big major ordeal. This is your ticket out the door. This is your DOLs, your daily oral languages. These are collaborations where your peers and everybody get together at the same table and you run through something and verbally talk about it. So these small practices are called formative assessments, and they're just used to monitor short-term goals. So every day she comes into class, she's going to have a different activity, and we're going to use that to evaluate her progress and see where we need to go. The summative assessments is what we're working towards. So the formative assessments is what's going to get us to improvements on the summative. These are your end of the unit tests to evaluate their progress. And I want her to take the FAIR assessment in the fall and the spring to establish new goals and see how she's doing. These are more long-term progress type deals. But thank you so much for coming in.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I'll just try and continue what you're doing in the classroom at home, and hopefully that will help as well.
Fantastic. If you would also read with her at home. Ask her questions as she's reading her library books at home. We also have an AR test ready for her when she gets to school. It's points-based. I think it's a really good program for her.
Okay.
But thank you for coming in, Ms. Bolton.
Absolutely.
Have a great time.
You too.
Thanks.